So we're about to head into the Memorial Day weekend. So one, we need stuff to watch. And number two, we want to focus in on our military. We've got a movie that's inspired by a true story, which is going to be, I think, a huge hit here in San Diego just because we've got such a huge military presence. So with me, of course, Kelli Gillespie, entertainment reporter, to tell us more about it. Hi, Kelli.
Hi. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. So it's called Military Wives, and it's Kristen Scott Thomas, who you'll know from The English Patient and Four Weddings and a Funeral, and Sharon Horgan from Game Night. And they team together and they give the perspective of military wives and what they have to do while their partners are deployed in Afghanistan. And they do it by forming a choir that ended up sparking a movement and kind of launching them onto an international platform. So I talked with both of them about the character of actual military wives because we have so many here in San Diego.
Top Brass heard you rehearsing and you've been invited to sing at the Festival of Remembrance.
What? The big one on TV?
This is going to be a disaster.
In San Diego, we have multiple bases, multiple branches. So the military are a huge part of our community and we love them. But for the two of you, what stuck with you most about the character of military wives?
Oh my gosh. I think for me it was because really I knew very, very, very little. I was purely ignorant about their lives and you know what they go through and what they have to endure. Just an outlook which is positive and you know, it wasn't not keep calm and carry on, but just like life exists and life has to also be lived. And yes, we have to say goodbye to our partners for sometimes, you know, 6 months at a time, and it's awful and it's a really tough thing to get through, but life doesn't end there. You know, there's fun and there's laughter and there's happiness that runs alongside it.
The thing that impressed me was the sort of resilience and knowing that you're going to be here for a certain amount of months, sometimes maybe 2 years, and then you're going to move again. So you're going to have to put down roots again. You're going to have to start again. You're going to have to recreate. You're going to have to reassemble your life in different places.
You may not need the choir, Lisa, but those women do.
So what they talked about was kind of heavy, being a military wife separated from your spouse, having to uproot and reroute. But this is still a comedy. There's a lot of lighthearted moments.
Absolutely. A comedy first, and it's very funny, but they do, you know, pay a lot of respect to what these women have to go through. And, you know, the two of them were kind of, you know, unfamiliar with what that process looked like. And so I think if you're a military wife, this is something that you're going to really gravitate towards and say, yes, I'm getting represented. And if you're not, this is a great glimpse into, you know, the strength that you need in order to hold that position in your family.
So from that, we're staying on the trend of singing, but this is a movie that's coming out next week, The High Note, starring Diana Ross's daughter, basically the story of a singing superstar and her assistant. You said it was similar to Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, absolutely. So Tracy Ellis Ross, who you know from Blackish, of course, this is her first time singing on screen, and with, you know, such a famous mother, she's playing this very iconic music role, and Dakota Johnson is her assistant, and we kind of see their careers as they parallel. But I had to talk to Tracy about music in her blood.
I know everyone is happy with me doing the same show every night. What if there's something more?
Obviously, music is in your blood with your mom being Diana Ross, but I had no idea that you had never sung in a film before. What was that experience like? You were amazing.
You're so kind. I've never sung in life before. I sang in talent shows in high school. When I was 30, I was like, maybe I should try singing again, but it never happened. And I got busy and that dream turned into something that was scary. And then I just dove in. This role came along and I love the message of this film. I love this character, Grace Davis. And I was like, oh my God, finally, it's my chance to sing. And here we are.
The movie's very funny, but I also love the themes within it, especially now as we're kind of self-reflecting, like, is this who we want to be? Can I get creative and go after my, you know, true passions instead of staying complacent with who I am?
I love the idea that the overarching message was for two women who were not against each other. They were actually for each other on parallel paths of pursuing what they really want to do and who they really are. And that no matter your age, your stage, your phase, the circumstances in your life, no matter what people say, even if someone close to you is telling you stay in your lane, that you should listen to that fire inside you and listen to those dreams that you have and go after them, and that it's worth working through the fear, and that even what you think of yourself or what other people think of you is not the point. Following your heart is.
She said she held off on that singing dream and then just did it. I feel like I would be terrified. Would you do it? Would you just take singing lessons right now?
I mean, it's such a risk. And that's one of the things that kind of parallels with the film is that, are you just going to be complacent with what you're doing and comfortable because you're good at it? Or are you going to take a risk and see if you could be great at something else? And she is fantastic at singing. She should have started a long, long time ago.
So that's it. You and I are going to start a girl group.
Let's do it.
We're going to go on tour. Okay, so Military Wives, where can people watch it?
Military Wives today, Hulu and on demand, digital. And then Friday, May 29th, we've got The High Note, and that will be premiering at home.
Yay, have a good Memorial Day weekend.